But kind of explain what you mean by your marriage retreat thing that you do. Like, what does that look like?
So basically, we take a long weekend, like a Friday night and Saturday night, and we take a couple of days we're obviously together, but we take time away from each other while we're together and answer these questions that look at our social life, financial life, spiritual life, and just kind of, there's one more, like family, and it asks a lot of questions, with expectations that you have for the next year. We answer them separately, and then we come together and compare and then establish goals based on our responses to those questions. So, I mean, it does take, you can do it like in an afternoon, but we try to give it like a lot of thought and a lot of time to really carefully look at our lives and where we want to go. So we do it once a year.
Well, and it's cool because you guys kind of choose a secluded location. I know this last year was...
We don't choose a secluded location. It's just...
I choose secluded locations.
Okay.
Again, like...
nature in the outdoors.
I was going to say, the last few years have been really beautiful, like secluded.
No.
The year before, actually, we were in Mexico on a family trip. So we did. We made sure that we actually had an entire day at the resort, that we were not interacting with the family at all.
Nice.
Away. But the time I chose, we were in a hotel downtown.
But what was the year before? Because it was...
another tiny house.
Yes, it was a tiny house.
A couple hours away. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Again,
I choose tiny houses.
She picks nature. we're going to the city.
And you guys take time separately to like do it by yourselves and then come together, right? And then kind of like make a plan for the year.
Right.
I think it's good because that's a really good way to reset, especially because do you do it towards the end of the year, beginning
of the year?
It's just kind of sets it off. And it's, again, dating. Like it's a good
way
to...
Well, let me just preface is that the goals that we kind of set, we rarely ever achieve them. Sometimes we do, but there are some goals that like, oh, we didn't do that at all this year. Like one was like maybe like save X amount of dollars or talk with a financial planner, or, there are different goals that we have. And we're like, we didn't do any of those things because life happens and we forget about them. So you have to also be intentional about like actually checking in with those goals, following through.
Yeah. Haven't really been checking in recently. It's kind of like the next year we review the past year's goals. So
like,
probably need like a mid-year check.
Goals are like a starting point, though. To get you on the same page of what.
Yeah, we at least know where we want to go.
Yeah, whether or not you get there in that year.
You guys are yearly looking at your marriage, and you're like looking at the good, the bad, the ugly, but also like the goals for the future. It's kind of like a check and balance, and I think that's you guys have set that and you have done it yearly, and I think that's from our perspective. I can say we really admire.
Like it's a rare thing,
Yeah, we really admire that, and actually we've thought about kind of jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, we're out here crushing it.
I'll have to shout out Brent and Whitney who gave us that idea.
Nice.
Don't shout them out. They don't watch our podcast.
Shout out Brent and Whitney. Don't know you, but